Welcome everyone to the very first episode of Simplecraft. Actually, the very first episode ever on this whole channel. I've got something for you. This world, this Let's Play, sadly isn't new. This is the base. If it's not clear, that's a lighthouse. I was inspired by a picture. We'll see it. And I will give you a little tour. First of all, I want to point out some things. We have three main parts. We have the rock on which it sits. We have this kind of yellowish part, and we have the red top part. As you can see, we have some places where it's lighter and places where it's darker. This shall represent like the sun hitting it, and I imagine it being hit by the sun from this angle, so everything on this side will be lighter and on the back side it will be darker. First of all, let's take a closer look. We will land on the deck. We'll land on the main platform, and we have various blocks built into it. We have the mangrove wood. When I built this house, actually the mangrove wood was new, so I was really interested in building and texturing with it. Then when we go to the lighter colors, we have bricks, we have acacia, then we have a very special block, pumpkin. And yeah, that's the one section. When we go down here we have the other section that we talked about, the yellowish one. It's mainly out of stone bricks and birch. Then in the little darker places we get a little bit of oak. And get on here now. Then if it's getting even darker, we get jungle, mud and mud bricks, coarse dirt, and eventually on some ends even the unstripped jungle, like just the plank where it's really shadowy and muddy. That's a temporary mob farm. It will be removed. I have a whole industrial area planned, and I will give you a little tour, I guess, from the bottom to the top, in short form, of course. We have these three decks, which we can climb by the ladder. I will never use this, I just fly all the way. If you're wondering why I'm wearing chain, 'cause it's cool. Don't you ask it. And we'll first go inside. Keep in mind the story of this thing. It's a lighthouse that stands here. Maybe there will be a city here at some point or another. We'll see. Anyway, this is a lighthouse that stands here to be guarded by someone. And the keeper of this house, of this lighthouse, he isn't really into cleaning things up. So he has a whole lot of rubbish and boxes and crates laying all over the place. Like, this is meant to be a rescuing ring. These are some lobster traps. Then we have a big table and an arch separating these two areas. We can go in here and we get to another balcony of sorts on the far end of the lighthouse. When we go in back, these stairs, they lead down here. Again, just a whole bunch of crates and barrels and cobwebs all over the place. We'll get to that section. We'll get to that section in a second. This is the storage room. I'm kind of flexing with these, but there is no different use for netherite really. So, like, seriously, at some point you don't need these rigidities. You just store them. So why not use them? And sadly the floor isn't finished. And that sums up the bottom area. This part isn't finished, we'll get to that in a later video. Once it's finished. Then when we go out here, we see another deck. Here is where we started the episode. And then we come in here, going into the tower part. When we walk up these stairs, making everybody dizzy, we get to the sleeping area and a little parrot sitting there. Nothing special. And here at the very top is the light bulb. I want to focus a little on a few details. First of all, we can go around this, but that's not the important part. Like, this series is meant to be about the process of me figuring things out. And you saw it all here because I need to show you something. But first of all, we think of a rough shape. We think, how do we want it to be shaped? Like, we want it to go up, but like a trapezoid. Then we want something to jet out on this side to balance the tower on this side. Then we kind of divide it up. That's what I did with this section down below. And then we sort of start adding stuff. We first, of course, we textured it. That's what I showed. Then we add like paths where you would go if you were there. Like, you would come with a boat and then you can go all the way up. It's important that there is always a way, because this is the way, little Mandalorian reference. And then when we have the details or the rough shape figured out, not the details, then we start focusing on those. And stuff that you can use for that is sea pickles, composters. Just plunk a bunch of stuff everywhere and it will look good. Trust me. That's how this game works. Like, even beehives, everything works. And then for the windows, I used like blue to reflect the ocean, like sun is hitting the ocean, then the window, and then white and a little green for the pop of color, to reflect the sun coming from the top. Then of course everywhere plants growing and all of that. And please tell me, do you think this episode is boring? Like me showing you all of this? Cause, like, seriously, I didn't gather materials, I didn't think about it in beforehand with you. Shall I do it always like that? That I show you the building and then I explain it? Or shall it be first explaining and then the building? For the YouTube algorithm, it's probably smarter to first all of this and then the building, since well, like, I have to get some watch time on these, but that's another thing I wanted to talk about. On this channel, I want to be honest with you. I will always tell my true opinion, like I just did. And because I want to do that, and I showed you this, I didn't show you the process. That's a negative. Yeah. But I don't think that it matters for now. Okay, so with that, thank you very much for watching. There will be episodes. I try to get them out weekly. There will be more episodes. I will try to get them out weekly. There won't all be this much of content showing in them, but the next few definitely will. Goodbye!